Florida once sold a powerful promise: sunshine year-round, low taxes, a realistic path to the American dream. But in 2025, that promise is unraveling in real time. Teachers, nurses, firefighters, people who followed every rule, now open mortgage statements that once filled them with pride and feel something very different: panic. Home values are slipping. Insurance premiums have tripled. HOA fees climb every single year without pause. A home that felt comfortably attainable just 3 years ago is now financially suffocating. Families who moved to Florida to escape high-cost states are realizing they didn't avoid a storm. They ran straight into one. And the most alarming part is how fast this correction is moving. Faster than economists predicted. Fast enough to trap entire neighborhoods before homeowners even understand what's happening. Today, we're breaking down the 10 Florida cities experiencing the most severe housing declines, and why staying put may end up costing homeowners far more than selling. Hit subscribe, and let's begin. Number 10. Jacksonville. Jacksonville was marketed as Florida's safe harbor, the affordable alternative when Miami and Tampa became unattainable. Military families, young professionals, and middle-class buyers poured in believing they'd found stability. But today, that narrative is cracking, and the strain is visible everywhere. Jacksonville home prices have fallen roughly 2% from their recent peak, with the median hovering around $295,000. That may sound modest, but for a market branded as predictable and crash-proof, even small declines shatter confidence. Prices peaked near $383,000 in May 2024 before sliding through the second half of the year, a pattern consistent with early-stage corrections. Inventory exposes the deeper issue. Active listings jumped 31.5% year-over-year in early 2025, reaching 4,395 homes. That ranks as the 6th largest inventory increase among the nation's 50 biggest metros. Nearly 30% of sellers have cut prices, often by $15,000 to $30,000, just to generate showings. Homes now sit 74 days on average, double the peak market pace. For buyers who stretched in 2021 and 2022, many now owe more than their homes could sell for. If inventory continues rising while demand weakens, Jacksonville risks something it hasn't faced in over a decade: a market where sellers need buyers far more than buyers need sellers. Number 9. Fort Lauderdale and Broward suburbs. Fort Lauderdale positioned itself as South Florida's reasonable option, close to Miami without Miami's price tags. But in 2025, cracks are spreading fast. Prices dipped 20.8% month-over-month from December to January. Florida's statewide median fell 0.39% year-over-year, and Broward closely tracks that decline. Inventory has risen steadily, giving buyers leverage unseen since the pandemic. Insurance devastates Broward. A $450,000 home can carry $7,500 to $9,000 insurance, $5,500 in taxes, and $3,600 in HOA fees. Over $16,600 annually before the mortgage, consuming 14% of gross income for a $120,000 household. The condo crisis intensifies the damage. Buildings from the 1970s and 1980s faced $20,000, $40,000 special assessments, forcing sales and flooding the market. Remote workers who arrived during peak years are now selling at losses as office mandates return. Number 8. Clearwater and St. Petersburg. The Tampa Bay coastline once promised Gulf living without Miami pricing. Clearwater and St. Pete attracted retirees, snowbirds, and families chasing sunsets at attainable costs. Today, hesitation has replaced urgency. Tampa area home values fell about 4% over the past year, and Pinellas County mirrors that trend. Tampa recorded the largest month-over-month price drop in the nation in January, 1.6%. Median prices slid from $499,450 in June 2024 to $485,000 in January 2025. Insurance is crushing Gulf Coast owners. Premiums that once ran $3,000 to $4,000 now demand $8,000 to $10,000 plus. Fixed-income retirees find themselves financially trapped. Snowbird demand has softened as buyers calculate insurance, HOA fees, hurricane exposure, and rising property taxes. The beaches remain stunning, but the market beneath that postcard image is quietly shifting. Number 7. Northport. Northport exploded during the pandemic boom, fueled by affordability near Sarasota. But rapid growth built on speculation is colliding with reality. The Northport-Sarasota-Bradenton metro saw prices drop 9.9% year-over-year to $475,000. Inventory has surged as new construction overwhelms demand. Days on market climbed from under 10 days in 2021 to 40 plus today, often stretching longer. First-time buyers are priced out by mortgage rates, tripled insurance, and falling values. A household earning $85,000 may spend 40 cents plus of income on a $340,000 home. Investors are exiting en masse. Empty subdivisions now dot the landscape. Number 6. Cape Coral. Cape Coral promised affordable waterfront living, but in 2025, those canals have become financial traps. Median prices fell 9.6% year-over-year to $375,000. Insurance near canals can reach $12,000–$15,000 annually. Families earning $95,000 spend up to 15% of gross income on insurance alone. Unfinished canals, stagnant water, and post-Hurricane Ian insurance pressure compound losses. A canal home once worth $425,000 now struggles to sell at $340,000. Sellers are trapped, unable to refinance or sell without devastating losses. Number 5. Miami Metro. Miami's boom was built on speculation, remote work, and investor money. In 2025, those pillars are cracking. Inventory is climbing. Condo prices are falling statewide. Aging towers face $50,000 to $75,000 assessments due to new reserve laws. Insurance premiums that once cost $4,000 now exceed $12,000 to $16,000. Remote workers are leaving. Investors are dumping properties. Luxury listings sit idle for months. The lifestyle remains vibrant, but the housing market supporting it is weakening. Number 4. Sarasota. Sarasota's decline is quieter but no less serious. Median prices dropped 9.9% year-over-year. Inventory is rising. Nearly one-third of listings have price cuts, often $25,000 to $50,000. Insurance pressures push long-time retirees to sell. Days on market jumped from under 10 days to over 40. Buyers wait. Sellers grow desperate. Confidence erodes. Number 3. Naples. Even Florida's luxury capital isn't immune. Naples recorded the largest median price drop statewide, 19.2%, falling to $767,800. Luxury condos plunged 29.6%, wiping out nearly $400,000 in equity in some cases. Inventory surged to 16.6 months of supply. HOA fees now average $1,000 per month, and coastal insurance can reach $18,000 annually. Affluent buyers aren't desperate, they have options, and many are choosing to walk away from Florida altogether. Number 2. Tampa. Tampa is now ground zero. Prices fell 1.6% in January, the largest monthly drop in the U.S. Median prices plunged from $499 to $450 to $408 to $500, about $91,000 raised in 7 months. Year-over-year declines hit 13.8%. Inventory exploded nearly 400%, reaching 15,932 listings. Insurance averages $5,165 annually, nearly 8% of median household income. Remote workers are selling at catastrophic losses. New construction sits empty. Number 1. Orlando. Orlando exposes the fragility of Florida's housing model. Despite a 6.3% year-over-year increase, Orlando now has a 6-month supply of homes, the highest in 14 years. Inventory rose 26%, and homes sat 66 to 90 days. A $395,000 home requires payments exceeding 38% of gross income for a $90,000 household, before insurance and fees. Insurance now reaches $8,000 annually. Short-term rentals are collapsing. Tourism wages can't support remote worker housing prices. Florida's housing crisis isn't coming, it's already here. Across all 10 markets, the pattern repeats. Rising inventory, falling prices, exploding insurance, and middle-class families trapped underwater. Naples fell 19.2%. Tampa posted the nation's steepest monthly drop. Cape Coral, Northport, and Punta Gorda saw double-digit declines. This is Florida's largest coordinated housing correction since 2008. And unlike last time, families can't wait it out because carrying costs keep rising. Florida's housing model is fundamentally broken. Teachers and nurses spending 40 to 50% of income on housing isn't sustainable. Insurance markets are collapsing. Citizens' property insurance faces $17 billion in exposure. Nearly 29% of homes are selling with price cuts. Days on market have quadrupled since 2021. These are the early stages of a broader collapse. Hit subscribe as we continue exposing what mainstream real estate media won't. Share this with anyone considering a Florida move, and drop your Florida housing story below. We're documenting this crisis in real time. Paradise doesn't exist when you're underwater. losing equity and drowning in costs. Florida's middle-class housing dream didn't fade, it crashed.